Hello there friends, welcome back to another episode. Tonight is Monday and that means it's a perfect time to do a forecast for the week for Apxt stock and actually a few others. So of course we have made loads of videos tonight, but this is just one of those. So yeah, tonight we're going to be looking at the future for the company, mainly over the next week, but obviously also a long-term perspective on this one. It's just another one of your many daily updates on Apxt stock. So if that does sound like a good idea, please do leave that like and subscribe. You can just see that we've bounced up to 1,720. We're trying to get to 2,000 by tomorrow. It's also a very ambitious goal. We didn't actually make it yesterday, but I believe that we can probably make it today. We need 300 of you guys to do it, so I think that if you could help us, it would be massively appreciated. Of course, if you want to come and join us on Discord, you can. Link is down in the description. So with all that being said, let's just jump straight into this video, looking at Apxt stock from the long term and then moving into the short term, then of course giving our forecasts. So of course I will be giving a end of year 2020 forecast, because when I talk about that potential $200 price point, I do mean this at the end of next year, because of course we're coming so close to the end of the year this year. I don't think it's realistic in the next year, but obviously in the next 12 months, you know, the realistic year from now is definitely possible, but obviously by now and January the 1st, I don't think that is going to be the case. But yeah, let's have a look at what I do think can be the case. So obviously you guys know that there has been a huge move on the 6-month chart, and you definitely know this if you've been keeping up with the videos. We went up massively. We went from $10 to all the way up to about $15. We saw a sell-off from that point down to $13.41. Then all the way back up we went to about, you know, where we sat now at $14.61. I did say in the last video that I think that this week the dip is going to come to an end. I still stand by that. I still do think that the dip is going to come to an end this week. I am not 100% sure which way we are going to go this week, because it could definitely flatten out in my opinion, but either way I think now is definitely a decent point to buy. Obviously looking at the way that the stock has been moving and why, we need to understand why basically. So looking at this on the 1-month chart, basically the main driver at the start which pushed us up for this initial part was the fact that Apxt was merging with Avepoint. So of course Avepoint is like a data management company. It basically works on Microsoft 365, as you guys know. But for that reason, the stock price went up massively, because as these mergers do go, you know, people get hyped, people buying them, and I don't blame them, because it is a good opportunity to make some profit on the short term and on the long term. But obviously, a lot of these traders will be in it for the short term. And for that reason, I think we are definitely going to be seeing some huge growth in the next few months. And I don't think that this is sustainable growth. We can bring up loads of models where mergers have gone through, and of course the way that that cycle works is that the merger happens, you know, it gets announced, we see this first initial increase, which is what we saw here. We saw it sell off a little bit as people took a profit. From that point, you know, it goes back up and then it's just bouncing all over the place, mainly going up quite quickly, leading up until the merger date. On the date of the merger, if not a few days before, the price crashes and goes down a bit, sometimes even a few days after. And of course that's not a bad thing, but this does mean that there is still a great opportunity for a swing trade here, in my opinion. Of course, I am not a financial advisor, but my opinion is that this is still a great stock to buy for a swing trading opportunity. So I hope you guys can agree with me on that one, but yeah, that's what I'm going to stand by. Anyway, look at this on the 5-day chart. This is why I'm saying that I think that there is a bounce back coming. If we look at how this one has been moving, if we look towards the 2nd of December, which was of course last week, Wednesday, we saw that the stock price was still on its way down. It continued that for the next day, taking us, you know, down to this point of 14.17, and from that point we did take a bounce back up, and this basically stabilized us for the next 2 or 3 days, and from there the stock price took a small increase the very next day on the 7th, and then from that point on the 7th, you know, the price really did start shooting up, because of course the markets have just opened on Monday, and I think that is why we're going to see a good week. So looking at today more specifically, we are looking at a big increase in the morning. I believe people were waiting to get in from over the weekend. That is often the case. And then we saw a slow decrease over the day. Now, it's not really too big of a decrease at all. It's like a 2% decrease. This is not bad at all. Obviously, we do see some movement in these stock prices anyway at the day, but I do believe that this is still a great opportunity to buy this stock. So my forecast for the week, I can definitely see this one breaking $15, perhaps even $16. I personally, and I'm not a financial advisor, I've already said that, but you know, I do need to say it again and again, My personal opinion is we could even break $16 this week. We're definitely going to see new highs in my opinion this week, but I could be wrong with that. But yeah, I definitely think we're in a much better position to be buying this stock than what we were last week when we did these videos, because I think it's getting to the point where the stock price is leveling out and it's finally starting to go back up, which is of course a good thing. So yes, still a great opportunity to buy in my opinion, still a great opportunity to get some growth in for your portfolio. Obviously, when we're looking at what type of growth, if we look at this for the short term, I think that this is obviously a great time to buy this one and trade it up until that merger. I think it would be a case for me at least of buying it right now, holding it until 1 to 2 days before the merger, selling out at a nice profit. But when it comes to a long term, you know what, I am going to say it as it is. I don't think this is a bad point to get in at all. I can definitely see the stock price hitting $200 in the next few years, if not higher, because like I said, there's other companies. Look at Snowflake. Snowflake stock has gone through the roof, and I think this does have the same type of potential. So for that reason, I am still rating this as a long-term buy. Don't get me wrong, I will be updating you on this one tomorrow, hopefully, and in the future weeks and months. But as the time does progress, it's going to be a case of, the longer you should wait to get in, because of course, like I said, that hype leading up to the merger is something which we often see. And that really does dissuade people from buying, and rightly so, because of course, why are you going to buy the stock potentially next week for $20 when you could buy it here for $14, or when you could wait about 2 months and buy it, for even cheaper once the merger hype does go down. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad time to get in right now for a long-term position even, and for a short-term position, I still do think there's a lot of hype to go. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, please do smash that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.